Hello and welcome back to the Pet Business Wellbeing Podcast with me, Nathan Dunleavy. This is the podcast where we talk about the realities of running a pet business, the highs, the challenges, and most importantly, how to look after your well-being whilst you do it. Because running a business should support your life, not consume it. Hello everyone, welcome back to the podcast. We've got an extra special episode today. Amanda Van Tassel, welcome back to the podcast. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you, Nathan. How are you?
Very well, very well. So it's getting a little bit later in the evening here in the UK. It's just coming up to 8 p.m. and you're in Canada and it's 4 p.m. there.
That's right. Yes.
I find like the whole time difference thing weird and like just so bizarre because there's some countries where like there's no time difference and then you've got like Australia, they're like already like miles ahead.
Yeah. It's so crazy to think. I did a thing with our friend Biggie the other day and she's in Germany.
Yeah.
She's 6 hours ahead. So it was, a lot of coordinating to get time zones together.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, of course. Right. Yeah. So I find it really fascinating when it's New Year's Eve and like all these other countries are already on the 1st of January, but yet we're still in the previous year.
Yeah. So true.
It's so funny. Right. So you're my first returning guest on the podcast, but it's a little bit of a different type of episode we're doing today. But first of all, please could you just explain who you are and what you do?
Yeah. So I am Amanda. I am the owner of No Hassle Dog Training. I've been a dog trainer and leash walking specialist now for almost 6 years. I've recently got into also mentoring other new pet business owners, helping them with the business side of things. And just so excited to be here again. I look forward to this sort of takeover style event.
And that's exactly what it's going to be because you're actually going to interview me today. So the tables have turned. I'm actually going to be the guest and you're going to be the host and you're going to interview me. And we're doing this special episode purely because I'm launching a brand new membership for pet professionals and pet business owners called the Pet Business Wellbeing Circle Plus. And I'm having a soft launch later this month in June and then a full public launch in July. But I just thought it would be really great for someone to ask me questions instead, rather than me just kind of like, well, blabber on or ask myself. And I thought, what better person to do that? And I asked you and you kindly agreed.
Absolutely. Anything to get on a video call with you, Nathan.
Brilliant. So shall I pass the mic over to you? And do you want to kick us off, Amanda?
Certainly. Before we dive into all the questions I have for you, I just want to say how excited I am to be actually having this conversation with you. I think so many pet professionals get into this industry because they care a lot about animals, sometimes about people, and definitely about doing something meaningful at the end of the day. But the reality is that running a pet business is also running a business. And it can be exhausting and isolating and really overwhelming. So I think today we're going to be talking about something that I think a lot of people need, support that looks at both the business and the human side of running a pet business.
Yeah.
So Nathan has recently created the Pet Business Wellbeing Circle Plus. It's a membership designed to support pet professionals, not just with mentoring and business guidance, but with well-being, connection, and sustainability. So for anybody hearing about the Pet Being Wellbeing or Pet Business Wellbeing Circle Plus for the first time, tell me what it is and what inspired you to create it.
It is a mouthful, so well done. I was only having this conversation yesterday. It's such a mouthful, but I abbreviate it into sort of letters now. And so, yeah, but I know it is a mouthful, but it kind of says what it does. But yeah, so basically, the Pet Business Wellbeing Circle Plus is a group mentoring membership for pet professionals. So I offer one-to-one mentoring at the moment, and one-to-one mentoring may not always be accessible for everyone. And, obviously you can only fit in so many one-to-one clients in your day or in your week. And I've been hosting other group mentoring sessions for different organizations. And I really fancied doing it for myself and just having like my own members. Now, I love hosting the member meetings for those other organizations, but I just thought it'd be lovely to do it for myself under my own umbrella as my own business. So about a year nearly, I set up a free Facebook community called the Pet Business Wellbeing Circle. And there's nearly 300 members in there. And I was just kind of sharing resources and doing sort of daily affirmation posts and themes of the week and going live in there once a week just so that people could get to know who I was and to get to know me. And at the same time, I launched this podcast, the Pet Business Wellbeing Podcast, again, just for people to kind of get to know me a bit better, get to see me either on video or in their ears, depending on how you listen to your podcast. The Circle Plus, as it's also fondly known as, is an extension of that free Facebook community. So you get added benefits. So you get the added touch points of myself. So there will be 2 group mentoring sessions per month. And there may be a loose theme around those, or it may be sort of very relaxed and informal. It might be that one is more relaxed and informal and you just bring your questions along or something that you want to discuss. And then it might be that the other session has like a loose theme and I do like a 20-minute presentation and then open it up to sort of question and answers. There's going to be a theme of the month. So different themes. So it could be imposter syndrome, compassion fatigue, overwhelm, boundaries, everything that us pet business owners kind of experience whilst running our pet businesses, but also all the other bits that come with running a business, like your finances, so managing your accounts, admin, different software, lots of different things. So I'm going to have like some sort of people come on to talk about like admin and tech and software. Someone come on to talk about websites, branding, visibility, so all the different stuff, because as business owners, we are wearing a lot of hats. I was going to say we're running on empty. A lot of us are running on empty. So that's the whole premise around it, is that, you wouldn't run your car on an empty tank with no oil or fuel. So you shouldn't run yourselves on empty, because you need to be able to be the best version for your clients, your colleagues, and ultimately the dogs that we look after. So that's kind of like the well-being stance, but then also the business bits that come with it, because there's just so much to do. And it's just like just giving you that little bit of extra support. A lot of pet professionals don't get into this to run a business. They love being a dog trainer, a dog walker, a dog groomer, a physiotherapist, a vet, but they don't get into it for running a business. And a lot of people don't really like the business side. So that's where I come in as a business mentor, and hopefully the membership. And yeah, as I said, it's a theme of the months. And then there'll be a community which is based off of Facebook. So it's going to be on a platform called Heartbeat, because a lot of people are getting fed up with Facebook. It's very political. It's very noisy. It's full of ads. So it's just going to be a community completely on a different platform called Heartbeat, where you can dip in and out as much as you like, and you don't have to feel overwhelmed by it. But it's just somewhere different just to hang out and chill. And then every other month, I'm going to have guest speakers as well. So we have someone like you come on talking about, obviously, what we've spoken about before on the podcast, being neurodivergent and living with chronic pain. Hopefully, I'll get Dr. Holly Tett on. I'm going to have Katrina Bayliss on, who's the neurodivergent dog coach. So she's going to come on to talk about all stuff to do with being neurodivergent inclusive in your businesses. Rosie Robinson to deal with websites, branding. Haven't asked all these people yet other than Katrina, but I'm sure they hopefully say yes because they've been on the podcast. Jay Gurdon about imposter syndrome. Yes, I have guest speakers every other month as well. And yeah, that's like the basis of it really, and it will just kind of grow hopefully over time with the support of the members and what they want from it as well.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That sounds like such an all-encompassing program, right? Or membership.
Mm.
You work already with a lot of pet pros behind the scenes. What would you say are some of the biggest struggles that you see that people face right now?
So it's overwhelm, boundaries, never being able to kind of switch off, always feeling like they're on, burnout as well, compassion fatigue. I don't know if I've said imposter syndrome already. And yeah, just kind of bogged down, really, feeling really heavy, deflated, not got much motivation, falling out of love with their business. They love, like I say, doing the actual job, but they don't necessarily enjoy the businessy type stuff.
Yeah, that is, it took me a lot to learn to enjoy the business side of
Mm.
things. And I actually recently, just last week, had somebody reach out to me about mentorship. And when she explained a little bit more about herself and introduced herself, this woman had tons of experience, but was full of imposter syndrome.
Oh,
It was almost heartbreaking. She had done mentorship. She's been certified. She's had hands-on experience. She should be fully in running a business at this point.
oh,
But the imposter syndrome has taken over, and she hasn't done any more than maybe lead a group class under a mentor. So it's with her, it's going to be about building her confidence back up and helping her recognize that she really does, in fact, have the knowledge and ability to make it, right? And to actually move forward and make this your own thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if you can hear the dogs barking, but I am pet sitting at the moment and
Oh,
something has startled one of the dogs, but that's okay. They're just letting me know. So
that's right.
yeah, and the thing is, like, obviously I come from a business background because my career was in corporate and business banking for over 13 years. So I do enjoy the business side of stuff, and I have gone through burnout, so I know what it feels like, and I've got real first-hand experience of what it's like. And you know, I do love running a business, but there are some things that I don't like, and those are the things that I outsource. So yeah, it's just about knowing what you enjoy and what you don't enjoy, and knowing when to let go of things, really.
Absolutely. And that actually is a really good segue into my next question, because I hear you say a lot, running a business should support your life, not consume it. And tell me what that means to you personally.
Yeah, I mean, like, running a business is hard work. It's really hard work. And if it wasn't, everyone would be doing it, and not everyone is doing it. But it's also one of the most rewarding things in the world as well. You know, not everyone has what it takes to be business owners, and it does take a certain type of individual to be able to do it because of like there's so much involved. And but it's but then you've got the reward aspect as well. Like there's so much, like, you know, that's really rewarding about it, like being your own boss and the flexibility and picking who you work with, and when you want time off, if you need to have a doctor's appointment, you haven't got to go through hoops just to ask to go to a doctor's appointment. And obviously, yeah, being employed and having a job does have its benefits as well, but then it does have it's like with everything, like being a business owner, it has its pros and cons. But yeah, like it should sustain, like it should support your life, not like overrun it. So like there should be that flexibility. Like you should be able to have downtime and switch off and have your boundaries in place. Like, you know, you don't work after 9 p.m. or you have Sundays off to spend for your family. You should be able to like be able to take a week off and not feel guilty. And when I first started my business, I didn't take time off for 2 years. because I was worried about not having any clients to come back to. And obviously there was the money aspect as well. But I quickly realized that clients respect you more for taking the time off, because then you come back recharged. Because if you're constantly running on that empty tank, you're not turning up and being the best version, the best dog walker, dog trainer, dog groomer, behaviorist that you can be. Whereas they respect you more for having those breaks, having those downtimes so you can rest and recharge. So I think that's what it kind of caters really in that respect.
Yeah, it's so important. I was the same way as you, not taking time off at all in the first couple of years of running business. And it was really tough. And I was exhausted by the time it was vacation time finally. But now I make it a point to, even if I'm not going anywhere special, just to take a couple of days off here and there to make sure that there is that balance. Because as a business owner, you can put in plenty of hours in the run of a day and not necessarily be compensated for it all the time. So to be able to take that little bit of time off, sometimes it's the middle of the afternoon and I pop into the garden center to pick up a few more seedlings, especially these days. That's been the most fun thing, is that. And then also seeing a notification on my phone that I've just sold an online course while I was doing it. That's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, definitely. All your hard work starts to pay off.
Absolutely. So let's talk about inside the membership. What sort of support can members expect inside Circle Plus?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, there'd be the 2 group mentoring sessions a month, and you can choose to come to both of those or one of those, whatever fits your diary. There's no expectation to attend them all, but I'd like to hopefully think that people will see benefit by attending at least one. So there'd be that support. There's then the community off of Facebook, which will be in Heartbeat. So that's where all the other members will hang out, and we're sort of like have like different themes and threads in there. And I will sort of respond. I haven't actually decided on the set times that I'm going to be available in that community yet, but there will be sort of set times that people will have access to me. And obviously you can speak to each other. And yeah, I'll be sending out like a weekly message and a weekly email. And there's going to be lots of different resources in there as well, like all the things that I mentioned about. So with each session, there'll be like a PDF resource which you can refer to. There's going to be like reflection prompts and things like that. There's going to be worksheets and journaling and things like that. Just all different sort of types of resources, really, just to help support you. And it's just going to grow as the membership builds, basically.
Yeah, I love the extra resources and the reflective prompts. I find that it's really easy to hop into a coaching session, take lots of stuff from it, and then walk away and done none of it. So to have those additional prompts, to have the added touch points throughout the weeks or months that you're together, I think is so important to keep people thinking about it, on track and on their to-do list or their homework that they're working on. Yeah.
And
I think that's supportive.
yeah, and I'm a big fan of the to-do list. So rather than adding more to your to-do list, is that once you have got something crossed off, if you have got one, because we all have them, but you move it onto your to-do list, like ta-da, and it's something to celebrate instead. So we'll be celebrating those achievements, sort of weekly wins. A bit like dog training, it's important to celebrate the small wins and the successes. So we'll be doing stuff like that and celebrating and congratulating members. And as I said, be like well-being prompts and things like that. And obviously there's still going to be the podcast running. So I'll be directing people to episodes of the podcast and obviously the existing episodes that are there as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. And why was it important for you to combine the business mentorship with well-being support as well?
It was because when I was having mentoring myself last summer, I'm a big believer in continually investing in my own coaching and mentoring. Like we're in the same business coaching membership. That's how we met. But I've had various different mentors throughout the year. And the mentor at the time last year said that what I bring to the table in terms of my business acumen, that I should
Right.
basically open that up to more pet professionals, not just dog walkers. And he said basically there's a lot of people that have, no disrespect, they've been burnt by other business coaches within the industry, or they've not always been pet business coaches or mentors, but there's been a lot of sort of like this high pressure, high ticketed business coaching programs, and a lot of people have felt under pressure and sort of been spent a lot of money and not necessarily seen the return on investment. And he said a lot of pet professionals, unfortunately, are feeling really burnt because of that and burnt out. So he says, I think you should go in on a well-being stance because there isn't anyone kind of really offering that at the moment. And that's how, from the dog walking business mentor, which is my original business mentoring program and business, that the pet business wellbeing mentor then evolved from that business.
That's fantastic. I think it's going to be so helpful for so many people because you're right. I've been burned by programs that promise the sun, moon, and stars, right? And deliver on nothing. And it sucks, especially for really small businesses. Our budget for professional development isn't big.
Mm.
And that money could have been invested in other more helpful programs like yours.
I just was going to say, I don't want to speak obviously ill health of other business coaches or mentors or pet business coaches or mentors, but it's unfortunate that you say that you've been burned by someone, or but I'm hearing that more and more. Unfortunately, I'm hearing it a lot, and that's worrying. And that's one of the reasons that I've set up my mentoring initially, the one-to-one mentoring, but then that's why I decided then for that to then have an add-on with the group mentoring program as well.
Yeah. And who would you say the membership is for at the end of the day?
It's for all pet professionals, it's for animal professionals, it's for vet professionals as well. It doesn't matter if you're a dog walker, dog trainer. I'm not there to teach you to walk a dog, to train a dog, to groom a dog. I'm there to teach you how to run your business and to support you with your well-being, because you may be the best dog walker in the world, but you may be rubbish at running a business. And that's okay because you didn't get into it for running a business. But it's for any pet professional or pet business owner, whether you're a behaviorist, a dog trainer, hydrotherapist, physiotherapist, chiropractor, a pet shop, and any animal type professional roles. Vets, again, because I've spoken to some vets as well in doing my research. And again, vets didn't get into opening a vet practice to be running a business. They love being a vet, and that's what they do, and it's what lights them up. But they didn't get into it to run a business. And I've been hearing that a lot as well with a lot of vet people, particularly independent vet owners, because a lot of them in the UK, for example, I don't know about other parts of the world, they're becoming very corporate chained and corporate run, whereas the independent vets, again, like they're amazing vets, but they don't really understand or know the business side of stuff. So, it's even open to vet professionals as well.
That's fantastic because you're absolutely right. And I think the reason so many vet practices are corporately owned now is because vets got into it to help their animals, not run the business. So they see it as a means to an end. The corporation can handle all of the administrative stuff, all of the businessy things that they don't want to do, and they can continue to come into work every day and see the animals that they want to care for. But these independent vets that need that support, they need a place to go. So yeah, that's phenomenal. When you think about it, there's so many trades that are out there that are like this, that don't have this support, like plumbers and electricians. They're Those poor guys are not businessmen.
Yeah.
They're plumbers and electricians, right?
Yeah. And that's what my mentor said to me at the time last year. He said, like, there's nothing stopping you helping other professions at some point if you want to go down that route or choose to go down that route in the future. I'm not saying that I will, because I love the pet industry, but he said that because of your business acumen and your experience of running businesses, you could look to open it up to other professions.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Plumbing and dogs.
Yeah.
So, how has your own journey with burnout, you've mentioned that before, anxiety and your own well being, how has that shaped the way that you now mentor people?
Yeah, because I make no secret that I've suffered with severe anxiety for over 20 years. And I've tried all different types of help, support, therapy, medication. And I've been on a massive well-being journey myself over the last 18 months in terms of really trying to improve my physical and mental health. And yeah, like I said, I've burnt myself out before by not having any time off. I was running two very different businesses, and I was working like till all hours of the day, not having any time off, and just sort of run myself into the ground really. And yeah, then I sort of put on a lot of weight because I don't smoke or drink really, but I eat. And my thing is, when I get stressed, is I comfort eat. And I put on a lot of weight. And then I've had all sorts of chronic pain to do with IBS and stomach pain. So that's been ongoing the last few years. So I kind of
Yeah.
really been through it myself in terms of like things that people are going through and experience. So I've got that first hand experience and knowledge of, living and dealing with chronic illnesses in terms of chronic pain, mental health struggles. I've made no secret of that. And the fact that I've been on my own personal sort of well-being journey the last 18 months, and I've made such positive and significant changes in my own life to improve my own sort of mental and physical well-being as well.
Makes a really big difference, doesn't it? Yeah,
Yeah, I have to practice
that's
what I preach. So I
absolutely.
don't
Well,
always,
and I think
but
we're still human at the end of the day, right? And yeah, I've experienced burnout myself, and it's not something that I ever want to have to deal with again. So I realize now how important it is to find that balance in my life, to make sure that I'm taking care of all of my priorities in both my personal and my business life, my health, my relationships, so that I can continue to show up
Mm,
as the person that I want to be every day. Yeah,
mm,
it's so crucial.
definitely.
So you had mentioned your soft launch that's coming very soon, and then an even bigger public launch next month. So how are you feeling about everything?
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling okay, if I'm honest. I've been beavering away behind the scenes of getting everything ready for the soft launch. It's pretty much nearly all done. And I'm, yeah, I've put a date in my diary, but I'm not going to reveal that date yet, just in case I'm not completely done, because I don't want to overwhelm myself or put myself under additional pressure. But the soft launch is going to be this month, and it's going to be towards the end of the month, but I've not said the date yet, just in case that like something happens and it's not all quite ready. But it's all nearly there. It's really nearly there. And I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for our friend and colleague, Dr. Holly Tet, because I'm part of her mastermind group as well, which is an add on to obviously her business coaching membership we're part of. And I had this idea of setting this up like for quite a while. It's been in my mind for a while, but I didn't quite know how to go about doing it. And I'm the sort of person that wants to do everything right, if there is a right way. I just want the user experience to be seamless and low pressure, because I'm going to be dealing with a lot of overwhelmed people. I don't want to make the process of joining the membership another thing for them to keep up with or to add additional pressure. So I've been working really hard behind the scenes to get everything ready. So it's done properly, in inverted commas, because I've never set up a membership before. And
Wonderful.
that's why I joined Holly's mastermind group, because I wanted to get it all set up, the right way. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm feeling I say I'm feeling okay, but I'm also feeling excited. So
It is exciting. I just finished my 5-day summit, and same thing, working behind the scenes for months on end to get everything ready and perfect and seamless, like you said, for onboarding. We don't want users to experience or participants to experience any bumps in the road when registering, but we also don't want to be bombarded by emails during our supper hour trying to solve tech problems
yeah.
too. So, yeah, the testing and all of the things is so important. But now that you're so close to the end, it's now you can celebrate and feel that excitement a bit and, yeah, really enjoy it.
Yeah, and Holly said that when we do launch, that we have to make sure that we give ourselves a treat. We have to reward ourselves with a
Yes.
treat because we've all worked really hard. And she said it's important that we do have a treat at the end of it all.
100%. It's one of her best pieces of advice. I always remember it whenever we do something big or even little. It's what are you going to do to celebrate? And when I finished my summit this year, I went out and bought myself a cherry tree.
Oh, really? Did you? I love that.
I did. Yeah, I planted my first cherry tree in my yard.
Nice. I love cherries.
Yeah, I think for the summit last year, I bought a tree as well. I bought a dogwood tree.
Oh, right. Okay.
Apparently I love spending my time and money in the garden.
I mean, it's great. Why not?
Absolutely. So, if a pet professional was listening right now, feeling, like you said, overwhelmed, exhausted, or stuck, what would you want them to hear?
I just would like them to hear that it's okay to feel the way they're feeling. It's not a bad thing. It's not a negative thing. I know it's not nice feeling it while you're feeling it in the moment, but I want them to know that it's okay to feel that way and things will get better. And there is the help and support out there should you want it to help get you through this little bump in the road. And it is just a bump in the road. And we all need like that support at different points in our life, whether it be in business or personal life, and you have a therapist for whatever reason to do with various things, why not have a coach or a mentor to help with the business side? And it's okay to ask for support. Like, it's not a bad thing. You haven't failed. Like, big respect for
Yeah.
acknowledging that and then reaching out. And yeah, I just want people to realize that they're not alone, and there's a lot of us going through similar feelings, and we're here to kind of help support each other. Like, I want it to be like a really like collaborative. I'm a big advocate, as you know, on collaboration over competition and community over competition. So I want people to know that they're not alone, and there is a community out there with people that they can hang out with and get help and support.
Yeah. Learn from and, yeah, support each other. I think as a dog trainer, it's so easy to reach out to another trainer to ask for advice or support on a case, but we don't necessarily think to do that about our businesses. And it's just as important to reach out for that support on the business side of things as it is for our training cases.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because I know particularly with dog trainers as well, like when I was doing a lot of dog training, I only do a little bit now for my existing dog walking clients, but I know when I was dog training, like I'd never experienced imposter syndrome until I became a dog trainer. And I think that might be one of the reasons why I'm not actively doing as much dog training today. But I was always felt like I wasn't good enough. And there was that whole shiny course syndrome. So I'd be signing up to all these different courses. I still got loads that I've not even completed or that are half started or not even started, I should say, not completed, not started. And I put myself on a course ban that I wasn't allowed to do any more, sign up to any more courses until I'd done them. But yeah, there's loads of courses out there to help you become a better dog trainer, but there isn't enough like courses or resources or support to help you become a better business owner. And that's what I want the Circle Plus community membership to be all about.
Yeah, that's I'm half tempted to join myself, honestly. I'll be one of your testers and founding members.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
This has been so fantastic. It's been just so wonderful to learn more about Circle Plus, and you discover that there is actually support out there and stuff that's tailored specifically to the pet industry as well, not just generic business advice. Although much of it might apply, it's nice to have that spin and somebody that kind of gets it, gets the stress, the overwhelm, the amount of care that goes into our jobs. Yeah, it's just, I think it's going to be such a valuable resource for so many people. I can't wait for this to launch.
Oh, thank you. I hope so. So, yeah, I really hope so.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Amanda. I've loved chatting to you, and it's been really interesting having the tables turned and have someone interview me and ask me questions. However, for our listeners or viewers that would like to find out more about you, please let us know how they can reach you.
Certainly. You can find me online at nohassledogtraining.ca, and Instagram and Facebook, of course, under No Hassle Dog Training as well.
Brilliant. Well, I will put those details in the show notes. And for any listeners or viewers that are wanting to find out more about Circle Plus, the best way would be to sign up to the Pet Pro Rescue Plan. That will put you on my email list. You will enter an email sequence and get some emails. Some of those may be useful to you. If they're not, then don't worry. But the best place is to sign up to the Pet Pro Rescue Plan. You'll come on my email list, and basically I will be emailing out to my email list first about the soft launch, and then it will be on social media. But my website for the Pet Pro Rescue Plan is dogwalkingmentor.co.uk, and I will put all the details of that in the show notes as well. But Amanda Van Tassel, thank you so much for joining me again on the Pet Business Wellbeing Podcast. I've loved chatting with you.
Always a pleasure, Nathan.
Thank you. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Pet Business Wellbeing Podcast. If you enjoyed today's chat, I'd love it if you could share this with a friend. Subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. And please consider leaving me a review, as it really helps me reach more pet professionals who need this kind of support. Until next time, take care of yourself, look after your well-being, and remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about building a business you actually enjoy being in. Bye for now.